Hello, everyone. In this video, we are going to discuss modern management thought, which include the contingency theory, the total quality management theory, or more popularly known as the TQM, lean management, and knowledge management. So let's start with the contingency theory. And this was the proponents of this theory include Joan Woodward, Paul Lawrence, and Jay Lorsch. Components of the contingency theory include fit between strategy and environment, which imply that the effectiveness of a management strategy depends on how well it fits the organization's external environment. For example, a highly structured, bureaucratic approach might work well in a stable environment, while a more flexible approach might be necessary in a rapidly changing environment. Next, we have the fit between structure and technology. The theory also suggests that the organizational structure should align with the technology used. For example, a highly mechanized production process might require a more hierarchical structure, while a knowledge based organization might benefit from a flatter, more decentralized structure to facilitate the faster dissemination of knowledge and basically information. The last component is fit between leadership style and situation. Leadership effectiveness depends on matching the leader's style to the situation. For instance, a directive leadership style might be appropriate in a crisis because the leader may not have the luxury of time to really convene with the employees and have a conversation and extract their insights from them so that he can incorporate it into into the strategy. But a participative style of leadership might be more suitable in a collaborative work environment where there is no crisis nor a sense of urgency to address a particular challenge. In managing a public health crisis, for instance, like a pandemic, a contingency approach would involve adapting the strategies as the situation evolves. Early in the crisis, a top down approach might be necessary to enforce strict health measures. As the situation stabilizes, and for instance, like in the COVID 19 pandemic, the number of patients who are infected with the COVID 19 variants begin to decrease, the approach could shift to involve more input from local leaders and communities. Now let's move on to total quality management or TQM. So the components of the TQM include customer focus, and TQM emphasizes that quality, from the name of the theory itself, quality is central to it, and quality is defined by the customer's needs and expectations. So organizations should strive to meet or exceed these expectations in all aspects of their operations. And then that would ultimately determine the level of quality that the output has. Continuous improvement, or known also as Kaizen, TQM promotes the idea of continuous improvement because this is where organizations constantly seek ways to improve processes, products, and services. This requires a culture of ongoing learning and innovation, and also an ongoing checking and controlling and regular monitoring to ensure that the output, that whether they be products or services, are really at par with the level of quality that is expected by the customer, but not just reaching that level, but also going beyond and basically just seeking avenues to continuously improve the service, making it more efficient and more effective. Employee involvement. So TQM recognizes that employees at all levels should be involved in the process of improving quality. Improving quality, continuous improvement isn't just the job of the top management. Everyone in the organization should be involved. And that is really a manifestation of also synergy. So you can't achieve top quality if only a certain level of management or only a certain group of people in the organization are concerned with delivering top quality to the customers. It has to be a thought, a philosophy, a perspective that is truly ingrained in all levels of management, but also in all employees of the company. So, empowering employees to identify problems and suggest improvements is a key component of TQM. And lastly, process approach. TQM focuses on improving the processes, then create products or services, rather than just inspecting the final output. This involves identifying key processes, measuring their performance, and making data driven decisions to enhance them. So, in summary, the TQM is focused both on the customer, the process of continuously improving employees, as well as the process that is behind the delivery of the outputs or the process that the entire organization runs on. For example, in a city government, TQM principles could be applied to improve the quality of public services. For example, waste management. Okay, by focusing on customer feedback, like the resident satisfaction with the waste management services that is being offered, involving employees in problem solving and always refining the processes, the city can enhance the efficiency and effectiveness of its services. Okay, the next one is lean management, and this was primarily developed by the Toyota Motor Corporation in the mid 20th century. The term lean was coined in 1988 by American businessman John Krafcik. Components of the lean management include value stream mapping, and it involves mapping out all the steps in a process to identify and eliminate waste. Activities that do not add value from the customer's perspective are taken out from the process because then they would just be representing additional step and also basically a waste of resources and including money and time. Lean management also involves JIT or just in time production. So lean emphasizes producing only what is needed when it is needed, and this specificity in the production reduces excess inventory and it also minimizes waste. Third, again, Kaizen continuous improvement is also a key component of the lean management as it is of TQM. Uh, Lean also promotes continuous improvement, and the employees are encouraged to suggest small incremental changes that can lead to significant improvements over time. And the last one is the 5S methodology, which organizes the workplace to ensure efficiency and safety. And the 5S stand for sort, set in order, shine, standardize, and sustain. So, again, the 5S methodology makes for an efficient and cleaner workplace that allows the employees to get a better focus basically on what they're working and more importantly, uh, locate the resources that they need in a quicker and more organized fashion. Example, a public transportation department might apply lean principles to streamline the scheduling and dispatching of buses by mapping the process, identifying inefficiencies like delays or unnecessary stops. Okay, and implementing improvements like adjusting routes based on real time data. The department can then be able to provide better commuting services to the public. And lastly, is the knowledge management, which is a field that focuses on creating, capturing, sharing, and leveraging an organization's intellectual assets. It doesn't have a single definitive founder, and it includes knowledge creation, which is focused on generating new knowledge through research, innovation, or collaboration. It also aims to capture knowledge for the efficient use by the organization. So it also highlights that organizations must have systems in place to capture valuable knowledge, such as databases, for example, documentation, and lessons learned from past experiences. So, as to ensure that mistakes and mishaps are not repeated in the future. Then there's also knowledge sharing. So, effective knowledge management needs sharing knowledge across the organization. This can be done through training, for instance, or meetings or digital platforms that allow employees to access and contribute knowledge. And lastly, of course, now that you have created, captured, and shared the knowledge, most importantly, you need to ensure that you are also applying the knowledge, which is really the ultimate goal of knowledge management. And the reason why we want to apply the knowledge is so we can improve decision making, innovation, and organizational performance. Example, in a public administration context, a knowledge management system might be used to capture and share best practices across different departments. For example, if one department develops a successful community outreach program, this knowledge can be shared with other departments to enhance their outreach efforts and ultimately to design and implement their own outreach program.